Hi, Andrew here. And sometimes your kids do something that makes you so pleased, so happy, so proud. It was parent-teacher night last night, and for kid one, and I got a text from him at around 3:30 or 4 in the afternoon. Oh, by the way, it's parent-teacher night. What times does this start, kid one? 5:30. Oh, well, I guess mommy's not going. Her yoga studio has a cancellation policy. There's a fee if you cancel less than 3 hours before your class. So I guess it was old Daddy and kid one to parent-teacher night. Well, I, through a long series of adventures, ended up back in my hometown. And my son and his brothers will, but my son is going to my old high school. I first walked through those doors 43-ish years ago. And when you drive, the school's 170 years old and it's a landmark in my town. Hey, you drive by, it's like, yep, that's it. And you see the grounds, you see the outside, yeah, well. And we walk inside, and it's 4 decades just sort of melt away because there's so much that's familiar. Oh, sure, the cafeteria is now the library, and the library is now the student counseling area, and they've taken the music portable down and put it in the school somewhere. And the old machine shop's gone. I don't know what it's been replaced with. But the welding shop's still there. The auto shop's still there. They got a cooking class. One of his teachers, was meeting in my grade 12 homeroom. And the posters of Lenin, Mao, Marx, and Stalin that were there when I was in grade 12 are still up on the wall in the same place. They haven't moved in 40 years. But that's not what makes me proud of the boy. I met with he's in a semestered school. He's got 4 classes, and I met with his teachers, and speaking with them, I imagine it was the same conversation my parents had. Because, almost identically. Because the way they talked about him was as if it was me. And it was me 40 years ago. Or very similar to me 40 years ago. I see so much of me in that boy. And it gives me a perspective that perhaps my parents don't have or didn't have, because my mother only had sisters and my father only had a younger brother, one brother, one sister. And so there was no sort of third son, fourth child, very quiet, very shy, very timid. You don't believe me, do you? It's true. I am agonizingly, painfully shy. And kid one is socially awkward. There was a time he wanted to ask a question in a store, and he couldn't ask the clerk. He asked me to go with him and stand behind him because he was just feeling too timid, too shy to ask the question. And we had these discussions with his teachers, or I had them. He just sort of shrank down there and waited for the torture to end. But because I know that the things that helped me to learn to deal with my shyness, my timidity, I know the tools I needed, I could offer the teachers some suggestions. And one huge difference between him and me, he's already ahead of where I was at that age, because he went out for varsity soccer. Now, he did not make the team, but he went out for it. He's in the STEM club, which back in my day was two different clubs. It was science and it was computer club. And surprise, surprise, I was, guy who became an engineer was in both of them. I was in the reading club. He's in the chess club. But he went out for a sports team. I was asked to join 2 or 3 of them over the years, but I never could. I could never overcome that timidity. I could never put myself out. It wasn't until I was a competitive martial artist in my mid to late 20s that I was actually willing to go on stage, put myself forth, and attempt. He's doing it in his middle teens. I couldn't be more pleased. I couldn't be more proud. He has heard, he's actually heard some of the things that his mother and I have said. He's internalized them, processed them, and he's trying to live them. All I want to do in this life is to raise 3 functional adults to release into the wild. And if he's anything to go by, my wife and I seem to be doing a passable job at it. It makes me very happy, and it makes me very proud, and it makes me very grateful. Thank you very much for watching. That was my time. This now is your time, and in the meantime, take care, and you will see me soon.